awesome, absolutely awesome.
I love it when a plan comes together. Definitely worth a look. Yeah, it was well on par.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Having a good weekend so far? I know I am, because my weekend has just been epic. It's kicked off in an epic way. 3 times I've been to see Man of Steel tonight. 3 times I enjoyed it thoroughly. This is going to be a non-spoiler filled review, okay? I'm hoping to do a spoiler filled review tomorrow before I go and see the movie twice. So if you're expecting spoilers in this video, there's going to be no spoilers at all. This is just to get people, you know, appetites wet and whatnot, get your teas in a bit. So if you're not too sure about what this film is all about, it's basically Man of Steel. It's an origin film to do with Superman. Stars Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, Ayelet Zura, Anjay Trow, Russell Crowe, Christopher Meloni, Harry Lennox, and oh god, I think I've just reeled off all the names there. Michael Shannon, who plays General Zod. Now, the story obviously opens, the film opens on Krypton, which I have to say looks amazing. You can tell it's ancient, it's organic, but there's still advanced technology on that planet, which is amazing. It's mixing, you know, the organic side with the technological side as well. Basically, it opens up with Lara giving birth to baby Kal-El. I love their sort of like what they're seeing to view, like the baby's heartbeat and the baby inside Lara's stomach. It was like I don't know, these little floating robots as such. It's sort of like they had some form of liquid mercury type movement about their what, you know, when they shape things and visualize whatever they see and such. So like TV screens, but floating TV screens, but they actually talk to them as well. So it was very intelligent. But yeah, the planet was just amazing. It looked beautiful, but as you can tell, it's very ancient, as I said. Jor-El's talking to the council regarding the planet. For those of you who were reading rumours that Krypton wasn't going to be destroyed, spoiler, it is destroyed. Seriously. How it's destroyed, you've got to watch. Zod and his army come in to disrupt the council with Jor-El talking to the council, and Zod's not happy with how the council have been running the planet, basically. And the history of the planet was very intriguing and very interesting. It kind of gives you the question, it gives you that, makes you realise that Krypton is a scientific planet, in the sense that it's mainly all about the scientists, you know, genetics and engineering, cloning, things like that. So if you've read the comics in the past, you'll know that Krypton has been all about genetics, you know, geneticists, splicing and you know, cloning and such things like that. So it plays a bit heavy on in this movie as well. So even later on, as the film goes on, it references even the prequel tie-in comic as well gets referenced as well, to some extent in that sort of side of things. But yeah, as I say, the film opens up pretty well. Russell Crowe really does have epic screen time in here. Him and Zod face off. It's brilliant. Okay, they have a face off. It's brilliant. A twist occurred in the film that I did not expect. It definitely changed things. But then again, I thought, well, okay, he's done that, but let's just, you know, figuring out what actually happens afterwards. Yeah. But I was like, oh shit, that didn't happen. But yes, it did. What else? So how it unfolds, the way that the film unfolds, you have present day. Clark is on a fishing boat. Everything that we see from when he was younger is all flashbacks. So when he was at school, being bullied, the bus incident, all of that is all flashbacks. For me, the turning point, I say the turning point, but the real sort of like emotional point, but also at the same time you think to yourself, why the hell did he allow that to happen, is the tornado scene. I felt really, it just sort of tugged at my strings a lot, because how it unfolded the way that it started with the tornado scene and how it ended, just that sort of like 5 or 6 minutes of suspense, and you're wondering to yourself, how did it? Why did that happen? And later on in the film, when the fight scene between Superman and Zod is occurring, and what Superman actually does, which again opened my eyes. As I was telling a friend of mine, Steve Howard, because he saw the movie with me. He saw it twice today. He saw the 10 to 2 showing and then the 8:30 showing that we both saw together. And we were both discussing this particular scene between Superman and Zod. And I basically said, well, if you think about it, from when he was young to being bullied, what happened with his dad, it's like all the rage had built up inside him. He had all that rage built up, and you think, is it justifiable in a sense? In one way, it is justifiable. In another way, you're thinking, that really shouldn't have happened. Was it inevitable? Yes. It was inevitable. Could they have done it a different way? Maybe. But again, I'll talk about that extensively in my spoiler-filled review tomorrow, because I really want to discuss some epic moments in the film, especially in my spoiler-filled review. But just want to quickly talk about the cast in particular. I mean, Diane and Kevin Costner, Diane Lane and Kevin Costner, brilliant. As I say, Russell Crowe already getting epic screen time, fantastic. Amy Adams as Lois Lane, just she's got gumption, and she's pretty much the investigative reporter. Okay, she is clued up. She is looking for this guardian angel, for this person who has been saving people's lives. She wants to know who he is, what the story is behind his presence, why he's here, and all that sort of stuff. Very, very good the way that she tries to track him down and everything. Again, I will talk about that extensively in my spoiler-filled review, because it makes you realise that what Lois actually did and finding out who he was, very, very good. I thought it was well played out. Michael Shannon as General Zod, just damn, he was ruthless and he was evil. I mean, it wasn't evil. He's a patriot. You see it in this film that he is a patriot. He loves Krypton. He loves the planet, and he just wants to see the planet flourish. He wants to see it survive through any means possible. And he even says in the film, no matter how violent or cruel my actions are, it's for the greater good of my people. That's what Zod is all about. He's all about protecting his people through whatever means necessary. And again, what he does with the council, and as it plays on in the movie, you'll see why he is portrayed in this manner. Faora, played by Anche Trau. Oh my god. Oh, she was probably the sexiest thing about the film. I am sorry, but she was. Looking at her face every time she was speaking, and her eyes, it was just like, I would kneel before Faora. That's all I'm going to say. Never mind kneeling before Zod. I would kneel before Faora. It's that simple. Wow. Ayelet Zura as Lara. She added emotion because obviously she didn't want to let go of Kal-El. You know, it's amazing. Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, got to give him some thumbs up. He was really good. Who else do we have there? Richard Schiff as Dr. Emil Hamilton. It kind of got me thinking that obviously Star Labs hasn't been, you know, is not there, but clearly looks like Dr. Emil Hamilton has been working alongside the military. You know, he's like their scientific advisor or consultant, as you were, and it shows throughout the movie. Although I'm still questioning what happened to him at the end. Again, I will talk about that tomorrow. Christopher Maloney as Colonel Hardy. He really played a pivotal role in this movie, which I was very, very intrigued about. I was really, really intrigued about his character, but I liked what he did. He really did play an important role in the film, and he realised that further on in the film that Superman isn't the enemy as well. You know, even though he tried to get his men to take him down. So that's pretty much all the major cast. The girl that we all thought was Jenny Olsen, she's just known as Jenny in this film, by the way. So don't say her surname. There's no other indication as to anything after that. So that's that. the action sequences, oh my god. Oh, definitely one of the best action sequences I've seen in the film. Now, I've been hearing a lot of comments from people saying it was too loud, there was so much action, there was not enough humour. Excuse me, guys, let me just stop you right there. First of all, have you read a comic book? Have you read a Superman comic book? Do you know how much action is involved? When you read a Superman comic book and he's hitting something or someone who can take his punches, you imagine how that would sound and look on a screen. Because when you see it in the comic book, you just think, I would like to envision how this looks on a big screen and how it would sound. And I'm sorry, but it was top notch. Okay, the effects were top notch. The flying sequences, I loved, by the way, let me just say right now, I loved how they paid homage, right, to the early writings of Superman in 1938, where he couldn't fly, he was just able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. It was brilliant seeing that happen. You know, there he is practicing how to harness his powers and control them and such, and there he is just leaping. And when he eventually takes flight, it was just sublime. Really was sublime. Yeah, so as I say, the overall action sequence, the fight scenes between Zod and Superman, Faora, and one other Kryptonian who was like 7 foot tall, of a beast of a man, taking on Superman. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The interrogation scene, well, I say it was an interrogation scene, but the discussion between Superman and Lois, well, they do call him Superman, but not to his face. His name, Superman, is mentioned probably on 3 occasions, all in one scene, but not actually to his face. Even though the scene where Lois and Kal-El are talking, she's about to say it, and then that's when Emil Hamilton disrupts them. It's like, dude, really? Did you have to come in right at that moment? So yeah, that was interesting. But like I say, I think for me, it was definitely, it was a comic book movie, a Superman movie as far as I was concerned, and a science fiction movie all rolled into one. It had drama, it had emotion, it had action. I don't know why some people are bashing it. You know, I mean, there were some things I wasn't happy about, or I didn't think should have been included in the film, or even as the story was going on, you kind of felt it was jumping from one minute to the next. There were certain parts that were probably missed, but as I was telling Steve today, I said, but it's the same thing in a comic book. You read a comic book, you get one panel, and then it jumps onto something else, but then 3 issues later, it'll explain what occurred in that time frame, in the previous issues that you're reading, where you were sitting there thinking, okay, what happened in that time gap? It gets explained later on, and that's why I still think a sequel is going to happen, because a sequel will happen. Okay, they've already greenlit the sequel. There were teasers, for DC Comics fans and Superman geeks all over, there were teasers galore. Okay, buzzwords like Trident, Guardian, Wayne Enterprises. Yes, I've said it. That's in there as well. LexCorp was everywhere, by the way. It was everywhere. Keep a sharp eye out for it. That's all I'm going to say. Look for it, especially when the action's happening in Metropolis. Just keep a sharp eye out. There's even one section in Smallville as well where there's a LexCorp thing going on. So keep an eye out for that. One thing I will say, I know that a lot of people were discussing that there was an actor from one of the Superman movies, the original Christopher Reeve Superman movies, who actually featured in this film. I say featured, but probably cameoed. I don't know who it was, because 3 times I watched this movie today, and I couldn't find who this person was. So if you know who it was, send me a message. Don't leave a note in the comments, because if you leave a spoiler in the comments, they will get deleted. So if you know who it was from the Superman movies, please send me a message, and then when I go and see it again tomorrow, I will make sure I'll look out for this person. Like I say, there was emotion, especially where it was involved with Jonathan Kent, and obviously Lara as well. Jor-El as the artificial intelligence, his hologram, and everything was good. Again, if you haven't read the prequel tie-in comic, you won't understand some of the things that has been discussed in the film, especially where Clark goes to find. Well, I'm not even going to say, because again, that's going to spoil it. But again, if you want to find out more, I will talk about it in my spoiler-filled review tomorrow. But I'm going to leave it there, okay? as far as I'm concerned, this is the Superman movie we have been waiting for, especially for this new generation, particularly for this new generation. Because I just want to say, Henry Cavill, you are this generation's Superman. Okay, I still hold Christopher Reeve to my heart as dearly as possible, but what Henry has done, he is now taken Superman in his own version, in his own vision, in his own way. What Zack Snyder, Nolan, and Goya have all done, I think is brilliant. Okay, there are some things I'm not too pleased about, which again I will talk about as time goes on, but overall, I am immensely pleased with what I have seen. It is awesome. It definitely is epic. It's not 100% perfect, because no film is 100% flawlessly perfect. Okay, I would say it's about 90 to 95% perfect, if that. Definitely well deserved of epic thumbs up. So yeah, there you go. Thank you all very much for watching, and as I say, I shall see you all very soon. Bye.